Greetings and salutations, viewers. Today we'll be ranking all Batman outfits in the Arkham series. I know, incredibly original. I'm all about pushing the limitations of YouTube content. We'll be throwing these on a tier list with categories based off of my most favourite to least favourite Batman stories, with categories ranging from The Dark Knight Returns, S tier, down to Batman Reptilian, F tier. If you enjoy the video at any point, please consider subscribing, it helps out massively, and leave a like to push my god-awful takes to more people. And without further ado, let's get into it. Starting us off in Reptilian, the worst tier for an equally bad comic, a controversial pick, Batman Arkham City's Beyond suit. Now, I know people will die for this suit, and perhaps putting it as the worst suit in the series is a tad bit harsh, but let me just point you to three things. Its eyes, which are a good 30 centimeters apart, these weird hexagons, and just how damn jacked he is. Again, maybe this is harsh, but I hate this suit, and if you're on PC, there's a link down below to Turtle's fix of this suit, which, had this been what Rocksteady made, would have put this in the highest tier possible. Next up we have a suit I've actually done my own work on, Arkham Knight's anime suit. The cowl, the gauntlets, the fact he has a giant neck brace radar dish, I hate this suit, and I think it might be, pound for pound, the worst thing ever created in 3D model form. Now one of the newest suits on the list, the Batman 2022. By God, how did they butcher this suit so badly? It genuinely looks like someone's first mod. The textures are muddy, the model is weird, the cape looks like it's made of plastic, and yeah, it's a shame because this could have looked so good if it was given the right treatment. Arkham Knight's take on the Origins suit comes up next, and yeah, this sucks. Really badly, I hate it. Why is his head so tiny? Why are the gloves so fat? And above all else, why isn't this the right colour? This suit is marketed as the Origins suit, not the Dark Knight Origins suit, so why is it black and not grey? I don't know. Awful stuff. Moving on. The Arkham Shadow suit is ugly. It's really, really ugly. Thankfully, we never really see it in the game, but when we do, it makes me cry. It gives Bruce this weird posture, the cowl is just weird, the armor plating doesn't look right, and I don't want to talk about this suit anymore. Moving on. Kicking us off in the Failsafe tier, so not the worst, but sure as hell not great, is Arkham Knight's attempt at replicating the Arkham Asylum suit. My issues with a lot of Arkham Knight suits are how they handle the head. I know this had to be done so Bruce could look the same in scenes where he unmasks himself or gets unmasked, but for suits like this and the Origin suit in Knight, it just falls flat. It also fails to match the colours the original Asylum suit has, and overall, I think this suit is awful. Only in this game though. Following on from that, we have the Arkham Knight Flashpoint suit. This hurts because if you'd have asked me if I liked this suit a year ago, I'd have said yes, but lately, I have really given up on this thing. I like the cowl and the fact that he has holsters for his guns, but there's just something off about this suit. I don't know whether it's his tiny cape that just looks like it was made for a much smaller guy, but this suit has really fallen down my ranking. Origins and Knight respective takes on the New 52 suit make up the next two slots in the Failsafe tier, with the design really not working in a 3D format. I've never been the biggest fan of the New 52 design anyway, I think it's a bit over-designed and the belt is just not my style, so they sit down here at the bottom, where they belong. Next up we have the Knights of the Round Table suit, and while it's very unique, I have literally never seen anyone use this in gameplay in my life. It's a cool idea, it's a deep cut, I like the fact it exists, but it just doesn't do anything for me. You know that weird Arkham City Wii U version that you probably haven't played? Yeah, well, that suit is up next. It sucks, I'm sorry. I hate the armoured look this suit goes for. It just looks impractical and quite off-putting, and the same goes for our next inclusion, the Armoured Asylum suit. The only reason I put this Asylum suit above the Armoured Edition suit is because in Return to Arkham, this suit actually retains Bruce's real face and not his weird lip filler face. The Injustice suit from Arkham Origins comes next. Yep, it's the Injustice suit. Do I need to say any more? Arkham Knight Zur-En-Arrh is continuing this tier, and as much as I don't hate this suit, it's washed out and not as accurate as some of the other suits in Knight. Zur-En-Arrh should be flamboyant and loud, and while the colours are typically just that, they're just so washed out and drab. On top of that, the belt is wrong and the shoulder spikes are just a bit small. Thankfully though, I fixed this. Go download it right now. I even fixed the buggy cape. Anyway, enough shilling. The Brightest Day suit from Arkham Origins is up next, and this suit just kind of sucks. Okay, no, it doesn't really, but it isn't my favourite, and a white Batman suit just looks really strange, and I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Red Sun from Origins is up next. Yep, this is a suit that exists in Arkham Origins. Finally, again, another suit that this time last year I'd have thrown right up there, Arkham Knight's Dark Knight suit. It isn't very good. I think it's serviceable, hence why it's topped out this category, but it just doesn't hit the mark like a lot of Knight's other attempts at recreating live action suits or suits from other games. The colouring is off, the shoulder pads are broken, and again, the head is just so small which leads this suit to look like a cheap knockoff. Hushed here, the most mid of mid suits this series has to offer, stemming from the fact that Hush is in fact the most okay comic book ever written. Kicking us off is the Mad Hatter Batsuit. It's the Arkham City Batsuit with a rabbit mask. Moving on from that, the Arkham City Year 1 suit. It's okay, really. It's really, really okay. I like the body, I like the symbol, I don't like the cape or the cowl. The pre-52 Arkham Knight suit is next, and this is a really good modern-day black and grey Batman, but as far as being a good Dick Grayson Batsuit, it fails on nearly every account. Hell, it doesn't even use the right symbol. Arkham Knight's first appearance suit is up next, and yep, it's definitely a suit. If it feels like I'm not giving any input on these suits, it's because they're all okay. Like, they're not bad, I use them, but they're also not good. And this is the epitome of that. I'm glad this is in the game as an option, but I don't think it works with Arkham Knight's art direction or gameplay at all. Blackest Night is good. Like, it captures the essence of the Blackest Night suit well, but does it do it really well? No. I've never heard anyone say anything about this suit either way, but I'll give it marks for having shoulder spikes and being pretty unique as far as Batsuits go. Next up, the Arkham Knight Batman Ink suit, and yeah, again, it's fine. I like the cowl, the head isn't too small, and I think the torso and gloves are both really cool, but does the dick protector need to be that egregious? No. No, it does not. Earth 2 Batman in both Origins and Night come in next, and yeah, they're good. I think Origins just about edges it due to the head being a good size and not too small, but I love the red eyes, I love the red and black in general, and I think they're both good. Not suits I'd ever really use, but they're good. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, Knight's Noel suit is pretty fine. Yeah, I like it. Not quite as much as its Origins counterpart, but for the most part, I think this is a good suit, and aside from the usual Knight head issue, it adapts Lee Bermejo's art pretty well. Finally in this tier, Arkham Knight's Dark Knight Returns. I don't know why Rocksteady are so scared of colour when it comes to their suits in this game, but goddamn, this suit would have been so much higher had they adapted the suit from the Dark Knight Returns or the Dark Knight Triumphant, and given my boy some colour, because here, he just kind of blends in with the other black and grey suits. That being said, rating this suit on what it actually is and not what I wanted it to be, it's a good representation. The cowl almost negates the tiny head syndrome, and I think this is the most okay of the okay suits. It does nothing wrong, but equally, it excels at nothing. Alas, what sits above this tier? Well, it's the Man Who Laughs tier, and now we're getting into some of my favourite suits in the series. The least favourite of the favourite children is the 1 Million suit. I love how unique it is, I adore how it incorporates the purple metallic look into its design, but it's not a suit I find myself using at any point, and I sometimes forget it even exists. Next up, the other Earth 2 suit, and whatever Batman needs, he'll get it done, as long as it isn't not wearing trunks. No, but jokes aside, this suit goes so hard. I know it might be a bit high up the list for some people's taste, but it's unique, it's got a good colourway, and overall, I think it fits like a glove with Origins aesthetic. Batman Inc.'s older and cooler brother continues us on here. This suit looks so much better in City than Night, and it's all down to the head and neck area. I mean, look at those traps. Good lord, that is Batman. This is a great suit, and I think it suits the art style and feel of Arkham City quite well, even if it does still have that giant crotch guard to protect his flying Grayson, so to speak. Our second mainline story suit and the V7.43 is up next, and this is a suit I can never make my mind up on. Aside from the fact it's the most broken suit in the game, with it being buggy in like 5 different ways, I think this suit is good but forgettable. It isn't associated with Arkham Knight like the V8 suit is, and it's too far removed from the City suit to be any higher up on the list. I think the reason I don't like it as much as I like the base City suit is because of the gauntlets. The top spike on the gauntlets is like weirdly angled down, and once you notice it, it really makes this suit feel quite strange. Overall, it's a great suit and could have carried a game by itself as the next step in Batman's wardrobe, but unfortunately, it gets brutally mogged later on. Gotham by Gaslight is actually a very faithful recreation, so it gets points for being faithful, and the fact it fits really well with an Origin's snowy atmosphere, which is odd considering Gotham by Gaslight does not take place in the snow, but it fits anyway. It's just a shame the design is ugly. Next up, Arkham Knight's Beyond suit. I used to hate this suit. I still do. It's chopped, and I don't know why people go to bat so hard for this suit, but I do see some redeeming qualities. As with all Beyond suits, I think it's too jacked, and I hate the fact you can see the outline of his mouth through the mouthguard so prominently, despite it trying to be hidden. After that, a pair of 66 Batmen. I like these suits, I don't think they're bad, and combined with the Batmobile and Robin suit in Night, I think these can look really cool. As for the Origin suit, it's the same suit. I think these are about as okay as suits get, the true middest of the mid. Earth 1 Arkham City is up next, and now we're getting truly into the suits that I really like. This suit is so hard, and I always used to use it as a kid on Arkham City. I think the logo looks so cool, and the overall design of the suit, lining it downwards, just looks great, and I think it's a pretty faithful and accurate representation of this modern day classic. 70s Batman from Arkham Knight, yep, solid suit. The long Halloween suit from Origins is one of my favourite suits in the series, and it only missed out on getting any higher because of the symbol. I think it's so badass, the design is so striking and an instant classic, but I've never been a big fan of the long Halloween symbol, hence why it hasn't made it into the upper tiers, such as the Serious House tier. The best of the rest, so to speak. Those suits I love but just can't call my favourite. So to kick us off in the Serious House tier we have the 70s Arkham City suit. Just a better version of the Arkham Knight suit. It's striking, colourful, the symbol is a good size, the cowl is nicely modelled, and it has white eyes which just looks so perfect on this suit in particular. Michael Keaton's 89 suit takes the next spot, and this was so close to making it into the top tier, but I just couldn't say I liked it as much as the other suits which occupy that top spot. That being said, as a kid playing Arkham Knight, this was my go-to suit, and I hold the Keaton suit in the highest of regards in live action, but unfortunately, it just doesn't gel with me to that same extent in this game. Next up, the Yellow Lantern Corps suit from Arkham City, and this just hits so hard. It's unique, it's fun, it has the ring, it has the glow, it's just beautiful. And this is one of my favourite suits in Arkham City, but it misses out on being any higher on this group to the Origins Noel suit. It's a perfect Noel representation, Lee Bermejo's art style and vibe is translated so well here, and gliding around Gotham with the Noel suit hunting the Joker down, it's just so Batman Noel. And this remains an all-time favourite of mine. The belt, the chest plates, the cowl, the shoulder spike thingies, just chef's kiss. And here we go, the Dark Knight Returns from Batman Arkham City, just beautiful. As far as Dark Knight Returns suits goes, this is amazing, and although I'm a bigger fan of the aforementioned Triumphant and Returns designs where the blue takes precedent over the black, I think this is gorgeous, and thanks to Arkham City having mostly pre-rendered cutscenes, it gives this suit the ability to have a fully custom body and head sculpt as all City suits do. The Arkham Origins Dark Knight suit is up next, and it's the Arkham Origins suit, but marginally worse. Finally, in Serious House tier, the 240% Arkham Knight suit. And much like the Origin suit, it's like the Knight suit, but worse. I hate that this is the best Rocksteady could give us for completing all that Arkham Knight's main story and side content had to offer, but hey, that aside, I like it. So let's move on to the final tier, the creme de la creme. The final tier, the Dark Knight Returns tier. My favourite Batman comic ever, and where I've decided to place my absolute favourite suits the Arkham series has to offer. So, kicking us off, quite fittingly, the Batman v Superman Arkham Knight suit. This might be a controversial pick, but I think it fits Arkham Knight so well. The textures are so clean, and from top to bottom, this suit is just perfect to me. It captures Affleck's suit perfectly, and my only downside would be, as with all Knight suits, the head. Thriller! Thrill killer. I don't even really know why I like this suit so much, but god, it's so cool. I even like his little booty shorts. I think it's the fact it's like a fully matte black, short-eared, slim suit. It's actually so cool looking, and this is one I actually use quite often. The only reason I didn't put this any higher is I don't like his tiny little cape, but I can overlook that because this is really cool. Up next, Nightfall as Bat. There is literally no other suit close to this in the series, and considering it's a one-off, not being attached to anything but itself when it comes to design, this is absolutely awesome. And I think if we ever get another Arkham game, we need this suit brought into the next generation, because it is so special. Beat-ass Arkham City takes the next spot. God damn, this is so cool. Again, this is a wholly unique suit, and gets points for the simple fact that when you equip this suit in Arkham City, Catwoman and Robin will get their Beat-ass suits equipped in the story mode too, which is a crazy level of detail, and I think they really nailed this. Unfortunately, we never saw this suit again, apart from the disembodied floating head on top of Wayne Tower in Arkham Knight. Yep, this suit slaps. Justice League 3000 goes so hard. It's unique, it's red, and most importantly, it's shiny. Trust me, if you think this suit is bad, you're wrong. Although, I will admit, his ears are kind of funny. Look at them, what can he even hear with those? Bat cowl ears are truly a spectrum. Now, from here on out, we're dealing with fully canon Arkham suits. We've met and ranked all the DLC suits. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugliest piece of frog shit I've seen in my entire life. But now, Rocksteady and WB Montreal will see us out as we get into our final 6. Coming in at number 6, the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League suit. I bet you thought I forgot, didn't you? Well, no, unfortunately I'll never forget this game, but thankfully I'll never forget its peak character designs. While I think it's a technological backstep from Arkham Knight, I think it just nails that old Batman look which this suit is going for. It looks sleek, practical, and above all else, cool as hell. And I think from the neck up, this might be the best suit in the series. At number 5, the XE suit. Underrated, underused, and overdressed. This suit is so cool. It not only shows the idea of Batman being the world's most prepared orphan, but it also just looks insanely cool. I think this is the best armoured Batman look ever, and the fact it looks like a freaking tank is just awesome. I think what wins my heart over when talking about the suit are the emissives that pulsate around it and just how unique it is. I love the mouthguard piece, the emissives, how bulky it is, it just looks practical, awesome, and above all else, gives Batman the edge he needs over Mr. Freeze. Number 4 gives us the Arkham City suit. Now, this might be the most controversial of all of my takes. After all, it is the de facto face of the series when it comes to suits, and I think it's one of the best Batsuits of all time. It's agile, clean, and proportionally perfect. But there are 3 more suits I prefer, and by now you can figure them out. But in what order do they sit? Well, kicking off our top 3, the Arkham Origins suit. As someone who's done an unhealthy amount of thinking about this suit, the Arkham Origins suit is thematically my favourite. It reflects its wearer. It's bulky, aggressive, and practical. And I think from head to toe, this is one of the best Batsuits ever. I love the choice of using grey over black, and I love how homemade it looks. It wasn't built by Wayne Tech or an R&D department. It was built by an angry, young Batman in his cave, preparing for a war on the very crime that took his parents away from him. It's just perfect. Coming in at number 2, just missing out on being my outright favourite Arkham suit ever, it's the V8, the Arkham Knight suit. I love this. I know some may argue it's too mechanical, but I think that's why I like it. I'm not usually a fan of the more robotic Batsuits, but this is crazy good. It again follows the journey Bruce was going on. It sits on the opposite end of the spectrum to Arkham Origins suit. It was built by R&D. It's built for speed, precision, and to resist wear and tear. It's built, for all intents and purposes, for war. It looks like a weapon and every part of it moves together to make the wearer able to take down an entire army in one night, which is exactly what it does. And given it's the final suit Batman wears before going into retirement, I think it's a great final hurrah. So, number 1, you've waited slightly too long for this, so here it is. My favourite playable Batsuit in the Arkham games is the one that started it all, the Batman Arkham Asylum suit. This suit is my definitive Batsuit. It is and always will be my favourite. What it lacks in creativity, it makes up for in pure cool factor. The unique symbol is just perfect, and it was the first bat symbol and bat suit I ever fell in love with. It matches the vibe of the asylum, and the suit as a whole reeks of atmosphere. It's close to Batman's skin, it has a beautiful silhouette, and I don't think they ever matched this suit, and they definitely never adapted it to any other games better than they did here. So, that's my list. Let me know how wrong I am down below, and don't forget to leave your opinions in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe so we can hit 30,000 subscribers one day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, and stay safe out there.